Be so full of chocolate dice. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend. Run it up. Game time in it. Game time. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. No, I will not bend. Game time. Run it up. 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 You gotta put in that work, dog. I put the kingdom first. I know that you gotta wait for your turn.
It's week 16 of the NFL, and we'll be watching the dynamic Tyreek Hill. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Eagles and the Giants, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
That's an afternoon probably best suited for skating in Central Park, but we're across the river. We are in for a cold one at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, it's been perfection so far. They come in here unbeaten at 14-0.
And just 2 wins away from doing something only 2 teams have ever done. But the most important thing for them now is to make it to the postseason in one piece.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in week 16. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State, the former Spartan. It's Kirk Cousins.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on some few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Aaron Donald, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll work down inside the 45. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week, 16 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
And when you measure numbers for the guys that carry the football, it's not just the yardage. How many times do they ring the bell? How many times they get into the end zone? And now that he has 15 for the year, everyone gets to celebrate, starting with his offensive line.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. There he goes, left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a big 6 TD. Well, CD, these 2 teams barely off the buses. And this defense already has a sack and the interception and the pick 6 to take the lead.
Probably have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in, because they wanted to embrace Just an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force that quick miscue, and I would say that their plan worked to perfection.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And this returnable for Hill. Dances by him. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Here's Christian McCaffrey. His pops was a Giant for 3 years. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. And Charles, you think about this offense, it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Hurts sets up to throw it. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
We often hear the phrase short-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Christian McCaffrey with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no thought of a return here for Hines. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Kind of a quirk in the schedule. These two division rivals didn't see each other much of the year. Their first meeting was just a few weeks ago, back in Week 14, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here's Hill on the return. So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 56 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 46. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. He's got it to the 43 here.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going. They might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Taken down at the 30.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 30 on second down, Hurts. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll throw now on the final play, and they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. On second and goal, Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DK Metcalf as time expires in the first half. And the Eagles will extend their lead on the final play of the half. So they say no to the field goal tried late in the half, and it winds up really paying off as they score on the final play.
Yeah, a little bit of a gamble, but they had some foresight as well because they knew they were going to get the ball to start the third quarter. So they thought to themselves, if we score here, we can double up on back-to-back drives when we start the second half.
So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Daniel Jones, excellent in the W, as his guys get victory number 12 on the year. From there, let's get over to the Rockies and check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. 3 touchdown passes there for Mac Jones. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. Patrick Mahomes leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Giants, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it, and he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. As we count down through the final few weeks of the season, these guys have nothing to sweat about. They've clinched the top spots to the road to the Super Bowl. It runs through them.
And there's a natural inclination here, partner, to say, okay, a lot of guys aren't going to play down the stretch. We've clinched. We're ready to go. But there's another part where you say, let's show the league why we're the #1 team. Maybe you intimidate someone. Maybe you dissuade them from thinking that they can beat you in the playoffs by going out and being really impressive down the stretch.
Absolutely, and you want to take momentum into the playoffs. There's also pride on the line for these guys individually.
Yeah, momentum and pride. Yeah, I'd make room for them and put them both in uniform.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. He'll get it up near midfield at 49 before being taken down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Hurts. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. McCaffrey running up the middle. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Hurts to throw. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Throwing is Hurts. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. 3rd quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10. Catch is made by Metcalf. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. McCaffrey will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown. So another touchdown. Still just here in the 3rd quarter. Kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. You're the right call. You want to select is there. You want to run it. You want to throw it. Pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it is 28-0. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. 3rd quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10.
From the gun, here's Cousins. His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Here's Pollard again, and he is in. Touchdown, New York. Tony Pollard with his 16th touchdown of the year.
And the Giants are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Now Jake Elliott, earlier in his career, he beat these Giants with a 61-yarder. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And no thought of a return here for Hines.
The New York set to take the field.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins
on a slant, complete to Michael Thomas.
First down, here's Cousins.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll throw again, Cousins. And that is taken in by Njoku.
He's got room at the 30.
And all the way in, touchdown, New York.
David Njoku.
60 yards.
And the Giants are able to cut into that deficit.
Cousins will try and throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Hurts throw caught here by Metcalf. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
The Eagles on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Max Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop.
On second down, McCaffrey. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
DK Metcalf with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Elliott now to have the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Now out come the Giants.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. To throw is Cousins. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Again, it's Cousins. Eluding and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Throwing on second and long. Cousins looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen.
And that's caught inside the 30.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing on second and long. Cousins.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, He's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
153 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. And now both of these defenses have something to brag about following this one, each with a pick six today.
They're even there, but we still have to decide a winner, don't we, partner? And what they really want to brag about after this one is getting that W. The turnovers are great. Can they make plays now that tilt the balance in their favor? I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road, how about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for Philadelphia,
they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0.
And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for the Giants, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.